So now we shall see what are the structures that are located beneath the sciatic nerve. Okay, so what are the structures that are located below the sciatic nerve? We shall go into that now, but before that, first important thing you should know that here keep this thing in mind, that here we have got muscles, all of you know. So this is one muscle which is coming from the posterior side of the sacrum, and it is inserting to the tip of your, what is this, tip of the greater trochanter. Now this muscle, all of you know that this is piriformis muscle. Okay, and just below that, here we have got two muscles like this. For example, if you see this is one muscle over here, right? And let us also draw one more muscle like this. Okay, so even if the origins and insertions might be wrong here, but still there are two groups of muscles over here, right? So this is one muscle and this is another group of muscle, right? Now here if you see the nerve, right? So by the way, first of all, what are these muscles? Let us name it out. Okay, so this muscle is your piriformis muscle. Okay, now after the piriformis muscle, so this muscle, the second one, so the second one represents obturator internus along with superior and inferior gemelli. Okay, so it represents obturator internus with superior and inferior gemellus muscles. Okay, now apart from that, the next important thing is this one. So this muscle over here, it represents quadratus femoris. This muscle over here represents your quadratus femoris. So there are three muscles over here, right? So rather four: piriformis, obturator internus with superior and inferior gemellus, and the next one is quadratus femoris, right? So you can see the nerve over here, right? So this is the nerve, right? And this nerve is sciatic nerve. So first, if you can see here, sciatic nerve is passing behind the piriformis muscle. Now after that, it is passing above obturator internus along with superior and inferior gemellus. And not only that, sciatic nerve is also passing over your quadratus femoris, and finally your sciatic nerve comes down all the way, right? And obviously here it divides into two. One is called common peroneal, another one is called as tibial nerve. So this thing all of you know, right? Now if I ask you, what are the structures that are located under the sciatic nerve? So what will you tell me? What are the structures that are located under the sciatic nerve? So I can also call it as bed of sciatic nerve, right? Bed of sciatic nerve. So what are the structures that are located under the bed of the sciatic nerve? So remember by the mnemonic BOQA. BOQA. Okay. So B stands for body of ischium. See here, this is the ischium bone. All of you look carefully here. This is the ischium bone, right? Which is the ischium bone? See, this part over here is your ischium bone. So above this ischium bone, what was there? You have got your sciatic nerve. Above this sciatic nerve, what is there? You have got your piriformis muscle like this. So if I ask bed matlab sciatic nerve ke niche. Sciatic nerve ke niche, what is there? The first thing which you have drawn? Ischium, the bone, right? So here exactly at this location I am talking about. So this is a part where I am exactly speaking. So below, first you have got ischium, body of ischium, above that sciatic nerve, above that you have got piriformis, right? So the first important, B stands for body of ischium. Okay, and next O. What does O stand for here? O stands for a muscle again. See, O stands for a muscle here. What is this? Obturator internus with superior and inferior gemellus. This is passing below the sciatic nerve, right? So this muscle is present below the sciatic nerve, and sciatic nerve is passing above this muscle. So O stands for obturator internus with superior and inferior gemelli. Okay, and third important thing is Q, fourth important thing is A, right? So what is the third and the fourth important thing? Q stands for another muscle called as quadratus femoris. Q stands for another muscle that is called as quadratus femoris. Okay, and A stands for another muscle called as adductor magnus. See, this muscle over here is your adductor magnus. Adductor magnus, and the A stands for adductor magnus. So A stands for adductor magnus, right? So we have got B, O, Q, A. These are the structures that are located under the bed of the sciatic nerve.